John the Tenth. As a diplomat, warrior, and ecclesiastical administrator, John the Tenth stands out among the popes of this period. John was born at Tosignano in Romagna. He entered the ranks of the clergy and, in 905, was elected Archbishop of Ravenna. On the death of Landus, the dominant faction among the Roman nobles, probably led by Theodora, invited John to come to Rome and be elected pope. Although by this time several popes had been bishops before they became popes, the tradition against exchanging dioceses died hard, and there were not wanting those who called John the Tenth an intruder. A vigorous and able man, John at once decided to put an end to the frightful devastation caused by the Saracens. A group of Muslims had fortified themselves on a hill overlooking the Garigliano River in southern Italy, and from this stronghold they brutally harried the poor Italians. John the Tenth worked feverishly to form an alliance, and for a marvel he succeeded. Northern, central, and southern Italians were for once united. Helped by Greek naval units from the Eastern Empire, they moved against the Saracens. Pope John, in person, led the Roman contingent. The allied army defeated the Saracens and drove them back into their stronghold. Then, when the starving Muslims tried to break through the iron ring, they were cut to pieces. A wave of rejoicing swept through Italian homes. Pope John the Tenth, on his return to Rome, was given a triumphant reception. He deserved it. John the Tenth tried to unite the southern Slavs more closely to Rome. He discouraged the Slavonic liturgy, and succeeded in having his views adopted by a national synod of Spoleto in 926. He also worked on the Bulgarians and enjoyed some passing success in bringing Bulgaria under his jurisdiction. The German Pope John encouraged the clergy to support the hard-pressed King Conrad in his efforts to bring law and order to that distressed country. He sent a legate to preside at a synod held at Althine in 916, which not only enacted decrees to better church discipline, but threatened rebels with excommunication. In France, too, the Pope tried to protect a distressed king from treacherous nobles. When Count of Vermandois seized King Charles the Simple in 923, Pope John threatened him with excommunication. He did, however, make an odd concession to this Heribert. He confirmed the election of his son, Hugh, to the great diocese of Reims. Hugh was all of 5 years old. Of course, the Pope provided for the spiritual role of the diocese, but such a confirmation shows the unholy power of the nobility. In Italy, John crowned Berenger emperor in 915, but a faction invited Rudolph of Burgundy to compete with Berenger. When Berenger was assassinated in 924, the Pope seems to have called on Hugh, the successor of Louis the Blind, on Provence to come down and be king of Italy. He met Hugh at Mantua, but Hugh was either unable or unwilling to help the poor Pope in his home troubles. It seems that John the Tenth was getting too independent for Marozia, now the dominant figure of the Theophlactus clan. In 928, she had the Pope's brother, Peter, killed, and the Pope himself thrown into prison. Whether he was smothered with a pillow or died of anxiety, John the Tenth did not long survive his imprisonment. John the 10th, 123rd Pope. Christ our King, thy kingdom come.